Hi, I'm Bob Guccione Jr, the founder of Spin Magazine, and I'm here with Krist Novoselic, my good friend who I once sent to a war zone, and he still talks to me. Why did you accept the assignment? Maybe it's 20 years late to be asking you that, but...
That's interesting. Well, I always like to write. I love to write, and it seemed interesting. It was one of those bar conversations.
It was a bar conversation, right?
Yeah, and it manifested into reality.
You were very, very passionate about what was going on in Croatia. The war had just broken out, and Serbia had attacked Croatia. And I said, well, if you're this passionate about it, why don't you go to Croatia and write an article for us at Spin? And you said, you'd send me? I said, yes. It's great.
Right, I flew from Brazil to like Frankfurt, Germany to Zagreb. I didn't have the guts to like go out to the front line. So I just went around Zagreb and, spoke to people. And I went outside of the city, and there was this refugee camp, and that was really bad.
What was your first impression of this country that you love?
There's two things. There was a lot of tension in the air, and then there was just that Yugoslavian sense of irony. It was a tragedy, and you get people like Serbians and Croatians are supposed to be these big enemies, but they share a common language. And there's cultural differences, but they're not that big. Mm-hmm. There's a lot more in common. Mm-hmm. It should have just never happened. These tensions boil over, and I mean, in 1989, the Berlin Wall fell. Like Nirvana was in Berlin in November of 1989. It was like 4 or 5 days after we were there. People were dancing on the wall and taking sledgehammers to it.
I remember getting a phone call from Kurt the day you were leaving. And he screamed up and he said to me, "You're sending my bass player to a fucking war zone." And I went, yeah. He's a big guy, he's all right. What did your bandmates say to you? I know what they said to me.
They were just, Kurt was like flipped out about it, but he was kind of paranoid. I never had any training as a journalist, or I just wrote the way I felt, and I guess I told a story, and the story came across.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Krist.